Churches are going green. Yes, many congregations in many denominations are setting about to create an environmentally friendly space in their buildings. Matthew Penny went to Richards Memorial in London when they celebrated the dedication of their solar project.
Richards Memorial United Church is a Christian congregation of the United Church of Canada, and one of the lines in our creed is, "We are called to be the church and to live with respect in creation." To describe the actions associated with this respect, we've been using the expression greening. For us, this is one way we're putting our faith in Christ into action in our daily lives. The greening of Richards Memorial United Church started years ago and will continue long after today's ceremony. This celebration of the installation of the solar panels is one significant step in the process of greening this sacred space. But the process of greening our sacred space doesn't end with today.
Bob, what's it mean for a church like Richards to go green?
Well, it means a lot of things. We started looking at going green several years ago, and it started probably with the change in furnaces from regular furnaces to high-efficiency furnaces. We have planted trees out front. We have a garden that we've cultivated. A number of things that we have done so far to go green and protect the environment.
Well, how did the idea of solar panels get involved with the green idea?
We looked at it about a year ago. In fact, it was last January when we heard about the OPA, which is the Ontario Power Association, offering 80.2 cents per kilowatt hour. And this kind of gave us a shot in the arm to look more seriously at it. So we asked one contractor in January to make a presentation to us. And then we talked to Reverend Doug Moore from Laidlaw United Church, and they are the first church in Ontario to install solar panels on their roof. And it just skyrocketed from there. We started earnestly about June and completed the project at the end of December. I think it was the 30th of December.
Janet, what does going green have to do with God?
Going green has everything to do with God because God is the source of everything. And God is the one who gave us this beautiful blue marble planet to live on. God is the one who gives us all of creation to be living and full of life on this planet. And in our Christian faith, we also have a belief that, in the United Church of Canada at least, that we live with respect in creation, that we are part of all creation, that we are one participant in this earth community. And so God has given us all of these wonderful neighbors, and we are in our church a church that believes in caring for our neighbors, and that includes the green earth.
Now, we talked to Bob Shire, and he mentioned about planting trees, and of course we're here talking to you today about the solar panels, the huge project you've undertaken. But can one, not to be disparaging, one little church in one little city make a difference?
I think that we are part of something that is so connected, and that everything is so connected, that whatever we do has an impact everywhere else. And so whenever we bring a sign of hope into the world, whenever we show God's love to the world, we have to believe that it does have an impact.
Well, it's a huge undertaking for a church to spend something like $70,000 or $80,000 on solar. $87,000.
Yes.
That's a lot of money. And do you think your church is strong enough to hold that?
Yes, well, actually the church itself was greatly benefited by receiving a loan from the United Church Council of Middlesex Presbytery. We would not have been able to bear the startup costs of this all by ourselves. So this is a great example of a church partnership between our local congregation and the wider church. The solar panels will pay back the loan. We ourselves do not have to pay back the loan because the solar panels are generating income.
which will pay the loan down. So for the first 10 years or so of the 20-year contract, the church congregation will not be receiving any income because all the income will be going to pay back the loan. But the United Church Council of Middlesex Presbytery will benefit in such a way that they'll then have income to loan out to other churches, perhaps, so that other churches could have solar panel projects.
So your project not only assists the environment, not only assists the church, but it assists other churches by keeping that money in circulation.
Yes. Yes, and we hope that this will encourage other churches who may have a budget that is a strong budget, but certainly not having a lot of extra income. Well, that churches that have a viable future, such as ours, because we have a congregation who are vital and active, but we don't have a lot of reserve funds. So other churches may be like our situation and then may be able to go forward with a project like this. One of the things that was unexpected and has been delightful for me to experience is coming into the parking lot now that the solar panels are there with the bright sun shining on them and seeing how bright, beautiful blue they are and what a big presence they have and how it lightens my heart whenever I see them. I'm very grateful for that.
Good. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
I have 2 children, 6 nieces and a nephew, and they're all under the age of 18. I need to do what I can to work towards giving them a chance for clean air and clean water and a decent future. Dr. David Suzuki often talks about the web of life. So do many traditional Native teachings. The intricate crossings and intersections and dependencies of all life forms. It's something that many people are just starting to realize how incredibly delicate, and it's not simple, the life on this planet, except for we all share that common need for clean air and clean water. I believe religion has a role to play in leading the way towards a more sustainable future. The opportunity to teach and to share and to listen and to act, most importantly, is right here. That's why I'm here right now.
I just want to ask you, gentlemen, who was it thought of the idea of putting the solar panels up in the shape of a cross?
Originally, I think that idea came to me. Mike was the guy that made it actually happen, though. I mean, he's the guy that designed it. It was just an idea for me, and he's the one that made it actually happen.
Well, Mike, you've done this before? You've put up solar panels on a church roof?
Yes. Our first church that we did was Laidlaw Memorial United Church in Hamilton. That's my home church.
And how about these solar panels? You're the engineer that designed the...
He designs it, I build it.
You build it.
I put it on the roof.
Now, are these hard to put up?
It's time consuming. It's a lot of planning work and a lot of you have to be very careful and very precise.
And are you hoping, guys, to do more of these roofs as time goes on?
Lots.
Lots.
Yeah, this is something that's going to catch on very quickly. I mean, we've been doing it for a little while now. It's getting more and more attention. Obviously, we're here today, right? So, yeah, this will be very common.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now you've seen how Richards Memorial United Church has gone green. They've reduced their carbon footprint and are producing enough electricity not only for their own needs, but for the needs of at least 10 or 15 houses in their neighborhood. It's an example of how a church can do wonderful things when a church puts its mind to doing things right. For Life and Faith, I'm Matthew Penny in London, Ontario.